Hey guys, welcome to PQ, where we watch and talk about music as classical musicians. Today's song is a request from one of our supporters on Buy Me a Coffee. The song is from Anthony, so thank you Anthony for your support and your song request. I have a feeling this is instrumental, but honestly I'm not sure. I think it's a guitar solo, but we'll see. It's the Metheny Group, The Way Up. And it's he sent us a link, I think from a live performance. Honestly, just like the other song that we listened to, Grand Funk Railroad, I am that clueless about this song because I've never heard the band, neither the song, and I have no idea what's gonna happen. But I'm excited anyway, and he was very excited in his request, so that's why we decided to do that. And I would say let's just go listen to it. It's like 11 and a half minutes, so I just want to get it started. I try not to pause a lot. We'll try to see if we can find some sections to breathe a little bit and then go from there. But I'd say let's go. Let's pause here. I think he's gonna go to a solo. The thing that was throwing me off in a good way, not a bad, was the time signatures. It was just like, I think playing with my mind was like, okay, it's this, and then it would change in 2 seconds. Even the beginning was kind of like, I think off, not off in a bad way, obviously, but the time signature were kind of like in very odd meters.
Well, for me, I have a lot to say. Every second I was like, oh, let's remember that to mention it, because every second was so many cool, there were so many cool things happening. And I have to say, this is one of the coolest and one of the musically thoughtful, I wouldn't say song, I would say pieces that we listen to in this channel. It was really classically thought. In my opinion. First of all, it wasn't, in my opinion, it was an ensemble completely, and it wasn't even a easy ensemble in work that they were doing, because there is like a bigger number of people than like a trio or a quartet or something. And also the instruments are like more different in sound and in color and stuff. So the thing was, first of all, in the beginning, they were doing some very, very cool things with the nuance. They will go build up something, and they will go really with a high nuance and with a big dynamic. And then suddenly a drop that you think it was a pause, and they had like silence. But if you would hear that, they were doing exactly the same things, but in a very, very low dynamic and the low volume, and you could still hear the things that they were doing with the guitar, with everything, but in very, very low volume. And then they would again build up and then make a volume higher, and then again a drop. And it was so cool that they did. Also, another thing was that the motif that they kind of chose, or the things that they were, the theme that they were playing, they had the exact same articulation and the phrasing in each of the instrument, in the keyboard, in the guitar, in everything. And this is one of the things, that's why it's like an ensemble, completely a classical ensemble in the meaning of classical music for me, because one of the first things and the basic things that you have to do when you are playing in an ensemble, you have to, if you are playing the same motif or the same theme or the same melody, you have to have the same interpretation of the thing. If you are doing the phrase like that, and the highest note for you is there, and then it's a drop, everybody has to do it so that it sounds like a whole ensemble, like, not like, okay, this is there, like all over the place. And they were doing this exactly with the I don't remember, because so many things happened, but I don't remember the main motif that they were doing in the first section. They were like that, and they were doing it in the whole things, and I find it very thoughtful and very nice that they did it. There are so many things, other things that I want to say, but I think we can.
I know. Let's just
continue, and then
more. I was so into the music, I forgot to pause until like the last minute. And I was like, oh, and then it was too late. So I hope we don't get taken down. I don't know how the copyright works for this ensemble. But anyway, I think it has been so long since I've been this much like into a music that I'm just like out of here. I don't know how to describe it. It was like after a long time that I'm listening to something, and then it just like brings me nowhere, just to the music. It's like my mind is like just full of these sounds, and I have nothing else to think about. It was a very, very interesting experience, and I think uh, being instrumental, I think that was one of the reasons, because whenever it's instrumental, I think my mind is just fully capturing every second of it, and it's just like that's all I can think about. It was very interesting.
Yes, I know exactly what you said. That's why it really feels like a classical music to me, because it has all the elements that gets all your attention, and so many musically things happens, so that you don't even have the time for your mind to just fly somewhere else. And I have to say, first of all, if I would have look at this performance, if the sounds were like a picture or something, physical, and I would look at them from the top, I could have imagined the whole thing as like mountains, because when you look at the mountains, there are so many ups and downs, so many little, or some of them are bigger, smaller, some of them are higher, lower, but there are so many like ups and downs that you go build up something, and you go little by little until you get to the climax or the peak, and then you come down. And this happened like this happens in a song like one or maybe two times. I mean, mostly one, or if you want to, if it's a longer song and stuff, it will happen two times. But here it happened like a lot. That's why it's like there were so many mountains, and you couldn't even say when you get to the top or when you get down again, because they were doing it so smoothly that you one second you would think that we are in the down again, we are on the ground again, and then 1 second you're like, the sound is opening more and more and it's getting to the peak. Yeah, I found it very cool. And also another thing was that how many different atmospheres they managed to make with the sounds. Especially in the first parts, it was more like different. They were making more different sound atmospheres in the beginning. For example, it was one time that they were just mostly with the percussion, and this atmosphere was like this woody, dry atmosphere, and then the guitar acoustic came, and the guitar electric, and each time they were making like different atmosphere. And also the trumpet, the place that he was doing the extended technique, it was like the sound of a bird that is just,
that's what I was
you're
say.
in a place. Yeah, it really was like you're in a place with so many different and rare birds, and it was like this kind of sound. Or you're in the sea, and there are so many birds, and they managed to bring so much different sounds in the ensemble. And the last thing that I have to say is that they did a very good job at sounding like a perfect ensemble, not just because of the thing that I said in the beginning, that they had the same phrasing, same interpretation, and the same balance, the perfect balance that they had with each other, but also from the sound that you were hearing, you could hear the same thing that is happening in the guitar electric and harmonica, and the sound was so perfect together and in each other that you couldn't even even from the sound colors say which is which, and they were you know, they sounded so the same. And I already said it in one video, that in order to get this really the same sound, and the sound that really goes into each other, and like, you know, like be like this in an ensemble from different instruments, it's not just about the intonation or you know, like or the rhythm or something. It's also about the color of the sound that you're making, and the way that you're letting your sound out from the instrument. And not only the intonation, which is a basic thing, was perfectly matched, but also the second thing that I said, that how you press, for example, your bow on the string, or how you let your air out in, if it's a wind instrument or something, that the harmonics and the flageolets are really out there, and they're ready to get another sound and be match to it and be together. But also there was a third element, that they really tried to make the sound colors the same, you know, because in every instrument you are playing, you can play with different colors. Like the same sentence that you're playing, you can play it with different colors in order to get different, I don't know, characters, or different atmosphere, or different feeling from this sound. And they really try to make the same color as like each other, you know, the same color like each other, so that the sound really not only goes together, but also they really sounded like different instruments sounded exactly like each other. And that for me is the perfect ensemble work.
Yeah, back to what you said about the mountains. I mean, it was funny that you thought about mountains. I was picturing, especially the moment that they started like experimenting. I mean, not on the stage, but kind of, it felt like experimenting with the different soundscapes they were doing. I immediately thought of like a very green forest, because he played three different kinds of guitar. He played electric guitar, but then he switched to, I don't know what you call that, but then the one that had like a bigger surface, and then he switched to acoustic guitar. When he was playing the acoustic guitar, it really felt like I am by like a river, and I'm surrounded by all these like little cute animals and all the trees. And then when the trombone started playing those soundscapes, I was like, oh my god, this is definitely like sounding like different birds. And it's funny that you said the same thing. So that part was the part that I was just so lost in the music, and then after that I couldn't. It was just like just going and going. And it was interesting that even though the song was really long compared to like maybe a song, maybe it's not okay to call the song, but even for like a piece of music, it's like 12 minutes, it's long. It felt really continuous without sounding repetitive, because I mean, yeah, some of the motifs were coming and going, but the whole thing, it still felt like a journey that we are moving forward or getting somewhere else. So it didn't feel like we are in a loop. I felt like I'm driving in a road and I'm seeing different things, but at the same time I'm not tired. So that was very interesting, because I think all of them were playing like most of the time. So it was not a texture thing that they were adding different textures at times. It was interesting that they were like having all this ensemble for most of it. And even though I guess, I don't know if they meant for the guitar to be kind of like the star of the show, or like the soloist, it didn't feel like a solo guitar compared to like a band in the background. It really was really well blended. The guitar solos, it felt like they were coming out of the instruments and then shining for a second and then coming back. The transitions were just so smooth, and yeah, everything was so cool. I don't know if they're band, but maybe we should explore more of them. Alrighty, so that was it. That was so cool. So thank you, Anthony, for suggesting this song. We hope you guys also enjoyed it as well. I don't know if you guys liked it or not, so let us know in the comments. And if you know the band, we would love to know more about them, so you can also let us know in the comments. Also, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. If you want to support us more, there is a Buy Me a Coffee link in the description. We'll see you guys tomorrow in our next video. Bye!
Bye!